Hey, welcome. So today, let's talk about a lifeline. Just think about that word for a second. It brings up images of rescue, right? Of connection, of hope when you need it most. We're going to explore how that one single powerful idea is right at the heart of World Hemophilia Day. So come on, let's trace this line together and see where it leads us.
But what does a lifeline really mean when we're talking about a global health issue? I mean, it's not just some rope thrown to someone. It's so much more. It's a connection to knowledge, a connection to a community, and yeah, a connection to hope. It is quite literally the difference between feeling isolated and feeling supported. So keep that in mind as we go. What does that lifeline look like in action?
All right, so let's start with the most important question, right? The why. Why do we even need a day dedicated to this? What's the real purpose here? Well, it's all about honoring a struggle, honoring a community, and honoring a journey. So, at the very center of this day are rare bleeding disorders, like hemophilia. To put it really simply, for people with these conditions, their blood just doesn't clot the way it's supposed to. And that means a seemingly minor injury, or even a routine surgery, can suddenly become a life-threatening event. It's this constant underlying risk they live with every day. And because these disorders are so rare, they often get misunderstood, or worse, diagnoses get delayed. And that's exactly why the primary goal of this day is crystal clear, to pull these conditions out of the shadows and bring them right into the global conversation. It's all about giving a voice to people who might otherwise go completely unheard. So you can see, this day is about so much more than just medical facts and figures. It's a tribute. It honors the absolutely incredible resilience of patients and their families. It celebrates the tireless, often thankless work of researchers, and it really champions the global pursuit of better, more accessible care for everyone, everywhere. Okay, so that covers the why. But, awareness doesn't just happen. It needs action. So now let's look at the how. How a community in action turns this big idea into a truly powerful movement. A lifeline isn't built by just one person. That's not how it works. It's woven together, thread by thread, by an entire community. And that community really focuses on three key actions. First, they spread knowledge to fight all the misinformation out there. Second, they offer support, making sure that no one, absolutely no one, feels like they're going through this alone. And third, they show compassion, which, let's be honest, is the fuel that makes the whole thing run. And this is where you can see the real-world impact. This isn't just an abstract idea. It genuinely saves lives. Just look, on the left, before awareness, you have the harsh reality. Delayed diagnoses, limited support, a lot of people feeling isolated. But on the right, you see the power of that lifeline in action. Early diagnoses, a direct connection to care, and access to life-saving treatment. The contrast is just, wow, it's stark, and the progress is undeniable. This brings us to our final section, the what. What does all this work, all this awareness, lead to? What's the ultimate promise being made here? Well, this is all about making a pledge for the future. So on World Hemophilia Day, the global community isn't just looking back at the past or even just acting in the present. No, it's about actively standing together, shoulder to make a powerful, collective promise for the generations that are yet to come. And that promise, it really comes down to these three core things. First, to empower patients with knowledge and to give them a real voice in their own care. Second, a promise to keep pushing, to keep advancing the science, always searching for better treatments and, yeah, one day, maybe even a cure. And finally, a pledge to build hope, which is the ultimate lifeline, right? It connects everything we've talked about today. And that leaves us with this final thought. A huge global movement is really just a collection of small individual actions. And well, that's where you come in. Because every conversation you have, every article you share, every single moment of support you offer, each one is a single thread. And when we weave all those threads together, they create that incredible lifeline of hope for millions of people all around the world.